were selected to participate in the Alliance en France competition by Alliance Française. And it was a very interesting experience. Well, for me personally, I think it was pretty difficult, and I think it was amazing. Well, the first stage, there were two stages of the competition. The first stage, we had to do essay writing about sports. That was the theme, and we had to talk about French sport and what we think about sport, and we had to talk about French soccer players and if they do it for the money or for the love of sport. So personally, that was pretty difficult, but we got through. And the second stage of the competition was orals, and there were also 4 parts of that, which was we had to write a poem using a couple of words that they had given us, that they were sports words, sports related. Then there was a spelling bee. We had to explain some of the words in French and then spell the words as well. And we had to, we got a phrase basically from sports, French players. They basically had a phrase in French, and we had to say whether it was true or false in our opinion and how we thought that applied to our lives, or we just had to explain the phrase. It was a very fantastic competition, and we had a really good time doing it, and I think it was very enriching, especially in improving our French. And we just want to thank all the French teachers for giving us this opportunity, Madam Sams and Madam Tabak, and all the MAP supporters, as we and Michael, Natasha and Lulama. Thank you so much for coming.
Bonjour, everybody. Okay, so I'm here to talk about my student exchange that I did in 2008. I had the wonderful opportunity to go on exchange to a school called École Alsacienne, and it's in the middle of Paris. Okay. So this was during the April holidays of 2008, and I stayed with a French family. It was a bit of a shock when I got to school because, yeah, everything was in French, the lessons were in French, every single one of them. I didn't think it was possible to do maths in French, and then I realized it was possible. So, yeah. Life at the school was actually quite different from the life at MAP. Sometimes classes ended at 8 o'clock at night, which was pretty, yeah, that was very different. The life in Paris as well was pretty different. It's very, very fast, and they do not accept lateness. Like, if you're late, it is really bad. And like here, it's very relaxed, and yeah, everybody's kind of, yeah. But it was a really fantastic experience, especially because I became more confident in my French speaking. And actually, when I returned, I realized how lucky we actually are at MAP to have such a fantastic French department. Guys, they really, really, really do care. When they say learn your verbs, please do it. Like, you're actually gonna need it. Don't always think that, no, well, I know English, so wherever I go, I'm going to be able to speak to everyone. Because one day, you're actually going to go to a place where no one speaks English, literally. And all those role plays are going to come to life, huh? Yeah, it's true. I made a lot of friends. I got to see all the sides of Paris, like the Moulin Rouge and the Eiffel Tower. And I just want to say thank you again to the French department and obviously Mr. Taylor for organizing the exchange. And yeah, guys, doing French is really, really useful. I know right now it probably sounds like, oh no, I have to do those verbs tonight, and oh, it's too much, what does she want from us? But yeah, just do what they say.
And I'm going to talk to you about why French is important to me. Well, French is a second language to me, and I think everyone should have a second language. Because have you ever felt like when you're watching a movie and there's a section when they're talking in French and you're thinking, what on earth are they saying? And you're reading subtitles and you don't want to read a subtitle when you're watching a movie. So I think if you learn French or a second language, you'll have those moments where you think, wow, I understand what they're saying. And all the hard work pays after all. And I love French. I know most people think I'm weird. I love French culture, French food, and fashion. And I just want to say thank you to the French department for giving us the opportunity to participate in the competition and learn your verbs. Bye.
Thank you very much, girls.